Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode with me, Shashank Odappa. And in today's episode, I'm going to talk about this whole theory and concept of Shashank. Why is USD INR falling so much? What is this 100 rupee, 150 rupee issue? What is the problem with LTCG, STCG? And I'm going to start breaking a lot of myths today. Some of you guys will not agree with me, some of you guys will agree with me, but I'm going to just show you the harsh reality of things. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys like this. Today is going to be all about learning. And just before we start the video, a humble request to all of you guys. We are trying to grow this channel from a long time. Would request you, if you like the content of this channel, please click on the subscribe button so we can grow this even more, even bigger, and spread the knowledge to as many people as possible. Okay, awesome. Let's quickly begin. Now, first things first, let's look at the USD INR graph that you can see here. Now, USD INR is the most beautiful graph because it always keeps going up. This is one thing that is constant from ages, that USD INR will always depreciate and USD will always appreciate. It is a given, it is fixed. And if you don't believe me, I will show you the weekly chart as well. This is how the weekly chart looks like, right? It always goes up. There will be small periods of it going down, but over time it always goes up. Whether you like it or not, we will keep depreciating over our period of time. If you see from a monthly standpoint, this is how it looks from a monthly standpoint. It'll always go up. There is no reason why it will go down. It always goes up. The only time it goes down is when dollar becomes weak. Like this was after the dot-com bubble, dollar became weak, so it fell down. And that's why we were stable. But this time, I remember last year, dollar was also weak and INR also became weak and INR fell even more. And that is why we see a huge problem coming in today's perspective, right? Now, let's come to the theory of Shashank, will it reach 100 rupees? Like, will $1 be equal to 100? Course, obviously $1 will become 100 very fast. If not today, but definitely tomorrow. It's only 5% away. You think we will not depreciate by another 5%? Absolutely yes, right? But then we have some theories over here. So let's understand some theories. But we know that this will go. We will reach 100, we will reach 15, 110, 150. Eventually we will reach everything. We will reach 4, 5 years, 10 years. We will reach this number, right? It is not far away. But we have some theories to this, okay? What is theory number one? A lot of people tell me that Shashank, the government should reduce LTCG and STCG. First biggest problem that we should reduce these two for DIIs and FIIs, mainly FIIs. Okay, so we need to sell this for FIIs and we should reduce this for FIIs. If we do this, they will come and invest in India, and India is great. Okay, this is the first. So first, let me break the myth. Every single day, FII is selling. Every single day, FII is selling. He's not buying. He's selling, selling, selling. Every month there is selling. Now, FII is selling every month. If you are telling me that because of taxes he is selling every month, then that is a big myth. He is not selling because of taxes. He is selling despite taxes. Okay, the taxes on LTCG is what? 12.5%. He is saying that I'm okay to sell my holdings and pay 12.5% and exit India. It has nothing to do with this 12.5%. Right? Why is an FII exiting? The FII is basically exiting because there are better opportunities, okay, in other countries. That is why he is exiting, because a lot of people think in India that FII apna saga hai, apna admi hai, अच्छा banda hai. FII is not किसी का सगा. आज वो अपने साथ है, tomorrow he is with someone else, day after tomorrow he is someone else. That is why he is called a foreign investor, global investor. Global investor is not India investor. Apna hai saga. We have our friend who's called the DII. DII is my friend. He can't go anywhere. But FII, why should he be in India? Okay. Because if I look at the global markets, for example, you look at your NASDAQ. Okay. If you look at NASDAQ from a daily chart, leave monthly, NASDAQ is going like this. India is inverse of this. Why will he be with us? Okay. Chalo. We can also take EWI, which is your South Korea. This is how South Korea is doing. Why should he be with us? Okay, we look at EZU, which is your Eurozone. The entire Euro economy is on a breakout, right? So why will he be with you? You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people think that FIIs should come back to India because of, we will remove the taxes, they will come running to us. Why? Why? What is this Delulu land we are living in? Yes, I'm not saying if we reduce taxes, that is the only reason they will come back. Answer is no, right? We have to give them more reasons to come back. If you say that we will reduce LTCG and STCG and that is the answer to all problems, it is absolutely wrong. Will there be buying? Answer is yes. Will that ensure that we are back into a bull run? Answer is no. Because please understand, today there is a new eye candy in the market. What is the eye candy? The eye candy is called AI. Okay. Now you can call it overvalued. It is overvalued. You can call it a bubble. It is a bubble. You can call it whatever you want. But it is the eye candy of the market. Why are people going to South Korea? Why are people going to South Korea? Because of AI. Why are people going to USA? Because of AI. Right? Why are people going to Europe? Because they're investing in AI. Recently, they announced a CHIPS Act that is coming in US. In Europe is building a sovereign AI ecosystem as well. A lot of photonics players are there. So AI is the candy of our nation, of not our nation, of every other nation. So FIRs are running there. Okay. Now, please understand in the market ecosystem, there are three types of players. One is your promoter. Okay. Promoter is there, your DII is there, and your FII is there. And then you come at the last stage. The person who cries the most is us. We are at the last stage. Now, if FII is exiting, okay, DII is buying. Now, DII is beautiful. He cannot go anywhere. DII is apna saga, apna paisa. Matlab it's our money only. FI can take the money and go out of India. He can go and come anytime he wants. DII does not have that luxury. So what is happening is our mutual fund money, which is your MF mutual fund sahi hai, definitely has given an exit to FIIs because they got a consistent cash flow. So whenever DII want to buy, the FIIs exit at that time. That is why you see so much exit is happening. Or else FI could not exit very easily because liquidity nahi hota itna. Now the liquidity has given a good exit to FII. Okay, fine, no problem. This is fine. You're saying okay, Shashank, MF have given a big exit to FII. Absolutely agreed. They got a free exit and they ran away. Okay, but I hope you know that just because we change the tax rate doesn't mean they'll come back. No, they have eye candy somewhere else. Maybe when that eye candy breaks, the bubble breaks, they will come back to India. Possible. I'm not saying it is a necessity. Now comes to our guy who's here, the DII fellow. Okay. DII cannot escape. He's in India because if you keep doing SIP, he has to keep investing in the companies. So DII is stuck here, right? He cannot go anywhere. So he is keeping the market afloat. Now, a lot of people think it is a bad thing. It is not a bad thing. It is definitely not a bad thing because let me explain why it is not a bad thing. It is just a shift in dynamics. Every country has a DII promoter and FII, right? We are sadly dependent too much on currency. That is why we feel FIIs are good and bad when they go. We treat them as gods. But please understand, today what has happened, if you look at today's ecosystem, right? DII has a higher holding today, right? In our ecosystem, DII has a lot of holding. Promoter has a lot of holding. Right? And please understand, in the world, Indian promoters hold a lot of stake. In US and all, they don't have so much stake like India. 70% is unheard of. So DII and promoter has a lot of holding. Rest is with us. We are inconsequential, but rest is with us, which is the public. Now, if the FII comes back, let's say your problems are solved and the FII comes back, where will they buy and who will they buy from? Have you ever thought about that? We all want the FIIs to come back. But FIIs will come, then what will happen? Who will they buy from? If they buy from DII, which you would say they have to buy from promoter and DII because public say they can't keep buying, maybe little bit, but they can't buy in that volume. So chalo, they have to only buy from promoter or DII. So if they buy from promoter, you get angry and you say promoter is selling. It is not a good thing. Promoter should not sell. But he has no option. He has to buy from promoter. Promoter bhi khush hai ki foreigner is coming and taking stake in my company. Definitely I'll sell him something. Chalo, let's assume promoter does not sell and say promoter, I don't want to sell. Okay. He will have to buy from the DII. Okay. Now, DII is your own money. Now, in fact, when the FIIs come back in, you don't want the DIIs to sell. You want him to hold because now if the FII comes in, he has to buy from the promoter or buy from the public. That means the stock price is going up. But at the same time, he will have to sell. The DII will have to exit. So DII is bought at lower levels. Right? He's bought lower levels. He's like, oh, higher level. FII has just returned. अच्छा खासा exit मिल रहा है. इतना profit है. मैं लेके चला जाता हूँ. I'll take the profit and go. But that is the time you want DII to stay invested. So you see how this whole concept is flawed, right? So DII is having stake is not a bad thing. It is good only in a very weird way because that's the whole reason why your whole Nifty is even surviving. I mean, it has not gone down the way it's supposed to. If you see Nifty right now, it is definitely bad. I would not say Nifty is in a great position. It is around 11% from the all-time high. Only the amount of depreciation we had is more than 11%. Chalo, I hope now you understood that Nifty is also down, but it's not as much down as possible as much as your USD INR has fallen. So we're still okay only because your DIIs and your SIP money has held it. So now you understand this whole concept is flawed. And you ask me, will the USD INR go up to 100, 150? Answer is yes. Will the Indian government come to save it? Answer is yes. But there is a lot of talks that RBI doesn't want to save it. RBI wants to let it slide. Exports will become better. Right? There is, see, in the world of economics, there is no right answer. where one side somebody loses, the other side somebody wins. It is as simple as that. Obviously, if the rupee goes to 100, I lose a lot because my international trips get expensive, 100 other things get expensive. But for exporters, they become very rich. Your foreigners can come and buy land here at very cheap rates because the depreciation is so high. So we understand this, that when something good happens, something bad also happens at the same time. It is not net positive always. Understood that? Now, if I know this concept, I know USD INR is going to keep sliding. आज नहीं तो कल नहीं तो परसों it is going to go to 150, 110, 120, 200 even if required. So one day it will go. It is not like we will keep protecting it, right? It is not like we will suddenly become a superpower. We have gone down to 7th position. वो सब ठीक है. It is a cycle of life. आज है कल नहीं है वो है. But how do I take advantage of the situation? At the end of the day, it comes that, see, me and you have to make money in this market, even in this terrible market. How do we make money? How do we position ourselves? That is what we need to look at. So if you ask me, it is very simple. Okay, it is not very complicated. It is actually very simple. I would only start looking at companies today that are taking advantage of this rupee falling. Disadvantage to we have seen, but advantage you guys are not seeing much. And we will position ourselves in advantage. Imagine your depreciation of your rupee itself is like 10%. If somebody is getting orders in USD and they are growing, let's say by 10%, and extra 10% is coming from depreciation, they will grow extremely fast. Their EPS will be superb. So try to understand and draw parallels from US to India. Now, how I do this is I try to track companies that are getting US orders. Anyone who's getting big US orders, I am there. I am looking at it because he's going to get dollars into the country and his revenues are going to fly. So let me give you some simple examples of how we like to look at companies. And I'll show you some examples also if you want, okay? So look at Sterlite. Okay, obviously stock P is sitting at 636. So for all the people who are fundamentalists and economists, this is just the most stupid number I have ever seen. So it is very, very overvalued. Market price to sales is pretty fine. It is at 6.39. But yeah, it has gone up 7x in 1 year and it is just locked in upper circuit. Now you will say, Shashank, this is overvalued. Why is it locked in upper circuit? And I will tell you why that case is as well. Because if you look at the revenue sitting at 4,745 crores. You can see this here. And PAT is only 56. So how can a 56 crore PAT trade at such valuations, right? So if you go and see their recent orders, okay, they basically got a multi-year hyperscaler supply agreement which is worth $1.1 billion. 1.1 billion, but in dollars, which is going to be billed towards 2029. Now, $1.1 billion around $9,000, 9,000 crores. They are currently sitting at 5,000 crores, 4,500 crores. So obviously it's a huge order and dollars mein aayega. So if depreciation happens, this order of 1.1 billion will remain the same. But in INR terms, it becomes much better. His margins will become much better. And this is something I like looking at. So these are the companies that I like looking at. Same way, I'll show you more examples. Another company, MTAR, 234 PE ratio right now, definitely overvalued. Okay, I'm not justifying that they're undervalued, but I'm showing you where the advantage is there. Okay, if you look at there, recently got another order. This one, look at this. So you can see here, this basically says, and this is a company called Bloom Energy in US. This basically says it's a blanket purchase order, international order, worth 2,278 crores or 238 million. Now, this is according to today's exchange rate. I'm pretty sure that INR will keep falling. Stable to nahi hoga. So this over time, if this is going to take more period of time to actually purchase, if it takes 2-3 years of a purchase order, then this becomes beautiful for you because the more depreciation happens, the better it is for you as well. Now, you might say that this is, great. But it is not just these type of companies. You can also look at pharmaceutical type of companies. For example, if you look at a company like Wockhardt, they recently got an approval from FDA to launch a drug globally. The TAM of that global drug is $7 billion. You look at your companies like Sun Pharma. Sun Pharma is also selling to US. So whoever is selling to US, you look at Sansera, they also have a massive export based thing. It is fairly valued also. I would say a little overvalued, but fairly valued. They do a lot of exports. They are in automotive, non-automotive. They are now getting into your aerospace. All of these companies that are coming in aerospace, and you can see how the stock price is moving. And their export book is very good. As of today, the export book is nice. And they are pretty decent from all of these, the way they do. Look at this. See how the US growth is coming in. Right, sorry, I'll go here. They have not mapped it here, but they're growing very well, even from a US export book perspective. So yes, we know that INR USD is a problem. We've been crying about it all the time. I used to also cry about it a lot. I still cry about it, obviously, because my international trips get expensive. But I'm like, bhai, chhod do yaar, kitna roega aadmi, right? Find a way to get a solution to it. Go invest in US if required. I'm investing in US. I'm making good money there. No problem. India में भी अगर आपको चाहिए तो India में भी है. आपको ढूंढना, you have to find these companies, you have to see these companies that you're not doing, right? So you have to understand which are the companies that can do well, which are the companies that will not do well. That is what we need to basically look at. So if you ask me, what are the companies that can do well and where should your focus be? Today, I would say look at pharma, okay? Look at IT even today. One trigger is all it takes for this to shoot up. But don't look at IT companies that are doing acquisitions. Why? Because any IT company doing acquisitions today is very expensive. They're paying 95 rupees per dollar, and if they're doing euro, it is much more, right? Above 100. So any company doing acquisitions, I would say no. Any companies that have finished acquisitions now and they're making money in the market today, that is where I would be happy. They should have done acquisitions few years ago. There is an example of that also. If you have heard of this company called RateGain, okay, they did an acquisition with a company called Sojourn or something like that. And right now, the acquisition is playing out. The acquisition is playing out. Next quarter, it will play out. And they've just done a 52-week high breakout. This is where the game is being played right now. Companies that have finished acquisitions in the foreign market, companies that are currently doing acquisitions in the local market, currently getting international orders, not IT. Everyone thinks USD falls, IT wins. IT is not the only company that wins. That is why I told you, you have to look at other companies as well. So expand your horizon to pharma, okay, IT, yes, but only for companies that have international exposure and international sales and something that's playing out today. Auto, we are doing a lot of export. Your aerospace, we are also doing a lot of export. Pharma, I would say, is the best. Chemicals is suddenly dying. Chemical is not doing well because of China flooding the market. Steel companies are doing well because they are also exporting and the prices are going up, commodity prices are going up. And any AI proxy, but selling abroad, okay, not India. A lot of fake companies are there in India. Don't do that. Selling abroad. Because then if we are in a bad position for one more year, this is how you would position your portfolio today if you really want to win. Else, don't worry about winning or losing. Just sit down quietly, right? For example, you can look at TD Power also. One more wonderful company, right? That is also good. That's also doing the same thing. Gensets, shortage of demand, is growing. So this is how you should play. So yes, INR 100 jayega, 200 jayega, 150 jayega, wo sab chhod do. Start focusing on the bigger picture. But I hope you understood the concept of FII, DII. So it is inconsequential. In fact, when the FIIs come, your DIIs will be selling and you'll be angry. Why are you selling? Now is the time to make money. So that is what will happen. Or they will buy from promoters and you will say, why are the promoters selling? So DII, FII concept bhul jao. Yes, having FIIs in our country is definitely beneficial. But they are bin bulaya mehman. They will come when they want to. They will leave when they want to. You don't have control on it. So me and you sitting and crying has useless, absolutely useless. Find out where they are investing. I do that in my own personal journey. I find out that they're investing in US. I'm heavily invested in US. I recently did an AI webinar in US recently. I even disclosed one company I had bought in US that went up 50% in 3 days. I'm not even joking, right? So that is what I'm saying. It is beautiful, but you should know where to play and we should stop crying and we should start finding solutions. That is what I would say. But again, this was just an educational video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys like this. And if you do, yes, even I want the market to go up. I want India to win 80%, like almost 75% of my entire net worth is still in India. So I want India to win, right? And India will win, but it might take some time. We don't have anything attractive to show for the world to come to us. Until that happens, we have to wait. And until then, you can subscribe to my channel and we will see you soon again. This is me, Shashank Uduppa, signing off, guys. Take care. See you. Bye bye.